Alright, on the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, last time we played Final Fantasy VII, that classic tragic moment that is like, you know, the Darth Vader is Luke's father / Rosebud is the sled spoiler of video games happened, and that our dear party member Eris died. They're all really sad about that. We're moving along now, trying to get revenge on Sephiroth, stop him from summoning Meteor to severely injure the planet and cause spirit energy to gather around him. Let me update the game title. A sec. Holy crap, that was the fastest update I've ever seen. Twitch chat updated instantly. Right, so when we were here last time, I'll go ahead and watch these again. It's been a while. Sure. I just progress them as I read through them, so I can do it a little slower. I'm actually gonna go do the gassed cutscene stuff again because it's interesting and optional. I actually had that issue with Andrea. She was helping me out with my D&D adventure. Those pop-ups were originally timed much more aggressively. She's like, people don't read as fast as you do. I think that's supposed to be the North Pole. Yeah, D-Rock, I'm excited. Cool borders, Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, you'll have that, like, you'll see when you're editing something, like, you'll have the next to each other, and you don't even notice it. I've seen some of those thought experiments where they, like, show you a bunch of text and your brain just edits out the extra information. Cool. Borders. Those are the days. So Ifalna, who's talking there, is Eris's mother. What is weapon? When it's a jar! Oh! I need to rip off the weapon idea, it's kind of cool. The planet creates these defense monsters, basically. So monsters evolved to deal with this astral threat. Yeah, Leon. Seriously, Burner? The penguin. I think Gas seemed like a good guy, for the most part. Is this an okay pace, by the way, Leon? I'm reading through it, and then I'm like waiting for counting to 2, and then I'm progressing it. Girl, it's definitely Urus. Urus is a good name. Cool, thank you. No. Godspeed, Burner. Expel it. Swiftly. or end its life. Way to go, B. Well, I mean, her name isn't Cetra, but sure. Isaac's a really popular Smash character request. And there's actually he has a trophy in Smash Wii U. He was one of the early people leaked him thinking he was gonna be there. So that wouldn't shock me. Yeah, they could do different Jin would be kind of cool for his different abilities. I don't think they're discouraged by the anime swordsman problem. That's just a common counter whenever you suggest a character in our Smash Brothers. They'll say, yeah, but he's just an anime swordsman, and they already have 10 of them. That'd be cool, Leon. Get it, frogs. Oh, really, D-Rock? Who's that? Lucina's pretty sweet. Especially with the Terra costume. I don't know, I claimed main Ness, but I might need to change to DDD. It's pretty fun. Hey Gogims, how's it going? have a feeling I'm gonna be losing my friggin' mind when we get to... Oh, you're kind to say so. He's a weird character to play. He's a very reactive character. Hey Gogums, when's the last time you played Final Fantasy VII? I'm trying to keep track of that with everybody in chat. Got a couple, like, 15-year folks. Still going. Is it Turks? It's an interesting design decision to have her head pop up on the front like that. Clord. Oh, well, don't be ashamed. Welcome. It is a delight to have you. That's even more exciting. Yeah, Leon, you're getting the experience by watching it, right? I have my physical copy still. I think you can play CD-ROMs with EPSXE. That's one of the nice things about it as an emulator. Cool, man. Good choice. It was a strong game. The graphics haven't aged particularly well, but the pre-rendered backgrounds are still very pretty. Like, this map right here looks perfectly fine. It's basically a painting. There's no way he can avoid my punch. Alright. Dodge the hell out of that thing. Yes. Down and square are break. X is jump. R1 is edging. Not that kind of edging. Move left. Okay. Hell yeah, Gogums. What gave you that idea? Yeah, among other things, we did a playthrough of Chrono Trigger on here fairly recently. Oh, yeah, I gotta go get a snowboard from somebody first before it'll let me through. Yeah, I love Chrono Trigger. Those were some of the beat sprites I was most excited to make. We should have done Robo instead of Marley, though. Give me your snowboard, kid. Give it to me. Thank you, dude. I did play Chrono Cross. In fact, it is in progress right now on stream. We do it on Mondays and Tuesdays. We're about 75% of the way through the game. We're almost done. We're on disc 2. Actually, I played Chrono Cross right when it came out and remembered nothing about it. In fact, most of the people in chat are kind of the same situation as me, where they played it when it first came out and don't remember anything. So it's kind of nice to be playing it again. Okay, let me through, buddy. Alright, here's your cool border sequence. This is Final Fantasy VII, ladies and gentlemen. Rad snowboarding component. The game has the highest variety of minigames, I would argue, of any JRPG. I can't think of a counterexample that has more. There's probably games that have more minigames, but this one has just all over the place. Motorcycle race, and submarine, and snowboarding, and getting Moogles to bang, just everything. I'll look at chat again once I finish this. It actually kind of requires me paying attention. Doesn't matter if you do this part right, though. You just want to come back to the gold saucer and do it again. Ah, I didn't jump in time. Well. Hey, thanks for following, Gogum. It's good to have you. Oh, both, I guess, technically, because you breed the chocobos and then you do the little mini game in the gold saucer where you're trying to get Mog laid, right? and I'm not just being crude, like that's literally what the mini game is that you're trying to feed him nuts so that he can get with this other female Moogle. It's got everything. It's got arm wrestling. Like you just knock the tree down. Trees down! What do you say if you want the trees up? Trees up! Ow. I'll probably shut off Nightbot. Whoa! Eat it. Snow duck. Sounds good, dude. Yeah, no, I understand. If you're about to play Final Fantasy VII, this is probably a good time to time in. There's not going to be any spoilers for a little while, but yeah, just hang out, watch for the notification on Chrono Cross. It'll be Mondays and Tuesdays, and we're going to be finishing up soon. Do some other sweet games on here too, so good to have you. Yeah, sorry, Futurama, the trees up, trees down. And yeah, it's the Mog House in, Ow. Thanks for, at least the rock gets out of your way. It's the Mog House in the Gold Saucer. It's an optional little mini game, you spend, tickets on it. I used to have this whole part memorized. I don't know if your time in this sequence actually matters. Like, it only matters when you go and do it in the Gold Saucer later, the amusement park. Whoa! Awesome, Gogans. Mine is, when I get a new follower, it's Okiska, which is a sound that is made in Earthbound when you're making a new character. It's the, what is it? Summer's theme or something? It's Luca's theme from Chrono Trigger, the battle music. Thanks, Burner. I appreciate that. Appreciate your help there, buddy. Yeah, it's a good choice. What do you stream, GoGims? I might have to shoot you a follow. Actually, let me go ahead and do that. I'm thinking about it. Oh god, I'm having PTSD flashbacks to being stuck in this part. Okay. Well, there's one tree, right? So that means we want to go down. Yeah, whenever someone follows you here, Okuska, which is a shortening of the Japanese desuka, which is it okay? And it says that whenever you like confirm a character name at the beginning of the game. Oh, that'd be awesome. Gogums, I would be all over a blind playthrough of Final Fantasy VII. Gets to see someone experience this for the first time, the vicarious first playthrough experience. It'd be pretty sweet. Right, D-Rock? Yeah, just sit here and channel Kokims, you're gonna get hella followers, just people who want to watch blind playthroughs of Final Fantasy VII. But no, seriously, like, don't get anything spoiled for yourself. Let's see, so this is the lake with the cave? Question mark? God, I'm gonna be stuck here for a while. Pretty sure most of the times I've done this, it's... Well, let's go southeast and see what happens. Oh no, you're good, dude. I'm just laughing about it. Like, me and D-Rock are like, yeah, let's get on that. It's a hard game to find a blind playthrough of, because, like, how many people haven't played it? It's not common. It's already too late for Leon if he ever wants to quit physics and become a famous Twitch streamer. He's watched me play it now, so magic is gone. Yeah, I'm cool with it, man. Like, you know, we're all little guys right now, right? So help each other out. Have you played any Final Fantasies before? Can't keep checking the map, unfortunately. 5's really good. Big fan of 5. I'm 6 right here. I think actually 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9 all have a similar quality. I could rank them if I would tell someone hold a gun to my head. I like all of them very much. Yeah, Zeromus is pretty sweet. I'm pretty sure it was the already knowing about it, Leon. Like, if it happened and you weren't expecting it, because the game is just building up Eris this whole time. As this really serious, like, romantic interest. Yeah, FF5, I'm excited to play that again on stream. That one would be akin to a blind playthrough. Actually, it's been longer since I played FF5 than FF7, which is, I know, unusual for a lot of US streamers, just because I discovered it because I had just beaten Final Fantasy 3 and I read about Final Fantasy 7. I was like, what the hell happened to 4, 5, and 6? So I picked up one of the earliest translated ROMs of 5. I played it when I was like, God, it must have been like 9 or 10 years old or something. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be Exodus, but they translated it stupid. Yeah, I like the whole thing with 5, subverting the, oh, there's a magical sentient tree, and he's your friend. No, he's not. I can probably count on one hand the movies that have really pulled off, movies or books or TV shows or video games that have pulled off the shock value successfully. Actually, I think I got spoiled in 7. I had a strategy guide at the time. So, like, I read up the next page and there was a big screenshot of the event, and I was like, shit, okay. It's not actually an exit? Right, Gogum. So, I'm a kid, right? I'm, I don't know, 7 or 8 years old. So, I'm playing what I knew to be Final Fantasy 3, the Super Nintendo title. Of course, we know it now as Final Fantasy 6. And I read in, I think it was actually Nintendo Power. They actually announced Final Fantasy 7 and Nintendo Power before they knew that it wouldn't be on a Nintendo system. And I was like, Final Fantasy 7? What the hell? What happened to all the other ones? There should be like a 4, 5, and 6 in there. So I googled it and I discovered that the games that I had played called 2 and 3 were in fact 4 and 6. And there was a missing 5 in the middle. So I went to the internets and I found someone who had done a fan translation of 5 when I was like 9 or 10. Played through it. Blew my mind. This was back when like the ZSNES, the emulator, was still being actively developed. Dates me a little bit. Yeah, you got it, D-Rock. Exodus is no Jurassic. Let me shut him off. I might give people control. Maybe I can make a sign control of that. I mean FF6. Final Fantasy 3 is pretty good too. I beat it on DS for the first time. If you're playing any of the NES Final Fantasies, I highly recommend that you play a remake. The originals are pretty unforgiving and haven't aged super well. Particularly Final Fantasy 1 hasn't aged super well. Oh my god, I hate this part of the game. Well, we got an hour and a half. I'm gonna be running around for an hour and a half lost. Oh wait, this isn't so bad. Guess I didn't get lost. I could probably miss some items though. How the hell does this work? Oh, I get it. So you can always be running in the same direction. Sure, I missed some summon materia out there. And chat, want to look it up and let me know if there's a summon materia in this, it's the glacier is what it's called, that I'm possibly missing. More importantly, like, is it permanently missable? Because if it's not and I can come back later and 100% the game at the end, that's fine. I guess it's not super important. I've 100% of this game so many times I don't need to do it again in stream. We are going to get Knights in the Round though. We'll do all the chocobo grinding we need to do. I feel like there's one vivid memory. The reason I got lost here was trying to run around and find everything, and at least one of the areas is nice Gogans. My wife is the same. She doesn't have to read the spoilers, but she's perfectly content to. Like, oh my god, stop! Like, she tuned in when I was in the last 30 minutes of Bioshock Infinite, and I was like, Andrea, I love you, but can you please leave? Because I want you to actually not have this spoiled for you. She's like, oh, whatever, I'm not going to remember. I'm like, no! Heck yeah, Gogums. Mario RPG was the third game we did on stream, I want to say. Yeah, it wasn't so bad. Yeah, we did Earthbound, and then Mother 3, and then Mario RPG. So I have a recording from the playthrough on the YouTubes. I love that game. We'll do the like the Paper Marios at some point. They're pretty good as well. I don't think they're quite as good as the original Mario RPG, just because they didn't have Squaresoft working on it. They're still very good games, especially Thousand Year Door, Paper Mario 2. What's up? Does it lend itself to like multiple watches? Because I'll do that sometimes, Frank. Like, I don't think you can watch Primer once, for example. I don't think you can read the plot summary of Primer and then watch Primer and get what the hell's going on. You have to watch it like at least twice. Sure, tell me your stories, bro. Oh, it's on Netflix? I'm gonna check it out then. Check your route. Got it. Holy shit, there's a BBC miniseries? Which came first? Save it for later. General don't seem so bad. What does that even mean? Why don't we all just travel together? No. No. I like that Sephiroth's plan is an astral threat. Without going into too much detail for Gogums there. Hey, welcome back, D-Rock. I'm pretty sure I skipped a summon materia in the glacier area, and I don't remember if it's permanently missable or if you can come back later, but giving up. I've beaten this game and 100%ed it every single time. I can do it one time, which is a regular playthrough. Okay, see you, man. Good having you. I'll check you out when you stream. Oh, if he already bailed, I can let you know what it is, T-Rock. Means he's a battery man. A second for my route. Yeah, so it's Twitch Turbo. So your VODs are saved for 60 days, which is pretty nice. By default, they're gone in like 15, 30 or something like that. There's all the ads. Yeah. Also, you get a sweet little battery icon next to your name. Eat each other. Gross. Alright, counterattack materia though. Yeah, no problem. Catch you later. Good seeing you. Texan's all abnormal status. Actually, bet 13 should probably have it. So he's our healer. Yeah, added cut is attacks simultaneously when paired materia is used. So I could like junction it to cure materia and have it so whenever I cure I also like swing and physically attack. I haven't equipped it because it's win more kind of a thing. Usually if I'm in a battle and I'm forced to use the summon usually just wins the fight. It's a cool design space though. I like the idea of junctioning. I might need to find a way to do that in D&D with my card system and my sphere system. The sphere system is very, very, very similar to Materia, which I actually didn't realize until somebody pointed it out to me after the fact. I could have it so like, you know, once you start having an excessive number of magic items that you can link them together to do cool stuff. Doubt that's an upgrade. Nope. I can replace that Dragoon Lance for a while. Let's see. I don't think 1 and 2 do. Starting with 4 though. Yes 4, yes 5, yes 6, yes 7, yes 8, yes 9, yes 10, yes 11. 12 was interesting. Sid played a very, without spoiling Final Fantasy 12 for you, he played a very atypical role in 12. It was really cool and unusual. There were actually 2 characters in 12 named Sid. The second one was, his name was spelled a little bit different. It was like Al Sid or something like that. Don't know if there was a Sid in 13, I'm pretty sure there was. There's a Sid in Final Fantasy The Spirits Within, the incredibly bad movie. But his name was spelled with an S. Yeah, Leon. The dream is, I don't know if you guys have heard of like Homestuck. It's a fan-made idea that was like all drawn in MS Paint that has slowly gotten this really huge fan following. It'd be really cool if the campaign takes off and we get artistic people in chat who want to help out with drawing some of the stuff that I can't draw because I'm not an artist. Oh, like the 7 Sephiroth? Kabbalah? Yeah, that'd be cool. That's kind of how I envision it, the look of it. need to find an outlet for extra treasure in my game because I just recently changed the treasure rules. I don't know if you saw the post, Leon, but like, I don't like the way treasure works in vanilla D&D and how it's balanced for a party, so everyone gets to loot now. Whenever you get a parcel, everyone gets to loot from it. This is a... We've seen this sprite before. This is like a pellet swap. And I'm just gonna deal with there being lots of extra magic items and loot by making the enemies harder. I'm about to hear a really cool song that only shows up in this area. No, I hear you, dude. I hope you've long since disabled email notifications. Let's go right. To sense the other area was like a tutorial. Right, yeah, I was considering that. I don't care about having too much treasure. Like, the primary reason why you would want to have a treasure limitation is to limit the party's overall wealth. But at some point you run the opportunity cost of like, okay, we already have a helmet equipped, so I can't equip 2 helmets. Carrying the other one around with me doesn't do any good. Oh, you mean like the summon ally cards? That's a cool idea. Porkins 2.0. They have a treasure sink now in that... Oh god, I'm gonna freeze to death. You ever had that happen before? I think you wake up back at the tent if you let that happen. I have a system where they can like... Hey Okega, how's it going? They can dump a bunch of items into like a crafting machine where I basically roll them a new item that's equal to the levels of the items they put together -1. But it's all randomized, so they don't know what they're gonna get. Was that just right in town? Right it is. How's it grooving, Okega? What's the haps? Got a cave down there? Because it looks like... Let me go check and see if that's a cave real quick. Of which they already have an excessive number in the form of pearl spheres, but right. Then Final Fantasy 7? This part's pretty different from the rest of the game. Oh. Alright, well, I thought it was a cave, but oh well. Ah, the Macintosh. I'm trying to help my friend Katie get started streaming, and she just has a Mac because she wants to stream art stuff, and Macs do not like OBS, this primary streaming software. Oh, so they can like sync magic items for story reasons is what you're saying. That's a good idea. I like that. I like anything that's influences the plot over a long period of time. Particularly if like it influences the plot in a way that's related to the item that they give up. Or they can just be hoarders. Chillin', like villains. Oh really, okay? You've been trying to stream with a Mac? And maybe I should hook you up with Katie. She's been trying to use the Mac version of OS X, or of OBS, which is, it's still an alpha, because there are all kinds of audio problems and stuff. I'm trying to figure out what the best option is. It's a cool idea, Leon. They probably won't be playing the Indigo Nation much longer. That's mostly in the interest of doing the prequel. Hey, sorry, Samurai. How's it going? But I'm sure that whatever characters they're playing will have allies that they could influence by dumping spheres. Right. Huh. Did I get up there yet? Do I need to like make a... need to go make a... icicle fall down here. Excuse me. Yeah, think about it. It's a good idea. We're getting close to a really cool song that is only played in this area of the game. It's very grim sounding. Yeah, I hear that. I've actually cut currency from the game as being beneath the notice of most segmented characters. Because like even like vanilla D&D, you think about it, like what a typical commoner maybe earns what like 1 gold piece per year. So already like anything that's mundane is already pretty much beneath the notice of a first level adventurer. So money ends up, wealth ends up just being spent on magic items. Or it ends up becoming a custom progression system for the sort of thing you're talking about, where they have like a base or something that they're funding, or a kingdom or a city. Now, ultrasound, bro. I think that icicle behind us is actually an enemy, not just a background object. That destroying it is going to be part of what solves our puzzle here. Clever idea. Hey, Angel Asakara. How's it going? Good to see you. Hyper jump. Alright. Switch that over. Sid's our Dragoon / engineer. Close to level 3. Get it, Odin. Didn't mean to use water again. I got up to go change the thermostat. Just 2. There's Chocomog can do Fat Chocobo or Chocomog, and Odin, his shtick is he has an ability called Zantetsuken that automatically kills all enemies, but obviously that doesn't work on boss fights. So if it's a boss fight, Odin will use the Gungnir. If it's regular enemies, he'll use Zantetsuken and just auto-kill all of them. I think there's only 2 with 2 different versions. It's actually a nice compromise, like other games, other games handle it so that if you use Odin against the boss, it just doesn't do anything. Because they can't be one-shot. Final Fantasy VIII didn't actually make Odin an actual or a regular summon. You didn't like choose him. He just occasionally would show up leading the battle and kill everybody. So it's actually kind of a neat way to handle it. Hey Psych Word, how's it going? Busting up icicles here in Final Fantasy 7. On our way towards the reunion, capital R. Silence kind of gets summons as well. You could see it doing that. It sure does. It even does the little fancy animation. That's really good. You could plug a silence effect into D&D. Like, I guess adding more status effects that can hit the party isn't cool, but maybe giving the party the ability to apply. I guess a silence ability in D&D would be you can only use at-will powers, I guess. Jump down? No, we want to get what's in that chest. I can have it. Last elixir. I think... Okay, cool. It's appreciated. I think one of those icicles blocks our path down here. Not sure if that's actually true, but about to find out. That's true. Like arcane, divine, or martial. Yeah, right. It might just not be a status effect that can actually transfer. Speed source. Here's the other ones that actually get in the way. You need one of them in order to cross over there, and one of them in order to get that chest. So our last tent, so I should remember to buy some more. Oh, do we really use a tent? Probably not. But plenty of MP. Jumpy. I always felt like this music wasn't super appropriate for this dungeon. It's a very Midgar-y sound. Enhance sword, huh? Ugh. That's like if you want to make Cloud into a wizard, I guess. Cloud's current sword is kind of comical looking. Hey! Everybody's favorite Final Fantasy enemy. We might want to fight him to get him to use Bad Breath on Red 13, because it's enemy skill. Those enemies are in just about every Final Fantasy. They're called Malboros. They use a special ability called Bad Breath that applies every status effect on you. Or has the chance to apply every status effect on you. right, since it seems like the not obvious way to go. Come in. Come in. You got this, buddy. What is it, Celsius 40 is hot? Wait, no. 30 is hot, 20 is nice, 10 wear a jacket, 0 is ice. That can only go right, so we don't want to go that way. See much difference between these two paths here. Might be a little bit better. That makes sense then, if 30's hot. Gotta work on my Celsius intuition. Free heals! Alright. So I'm gonna put my headset back in. New line's supposed to arrive today. Amazon continues to have the best customer service in the world after I was having so many issues with it yesterday. I just called them up and said, hey, this headset I just bought is cutting out every few minutes. Like, okay, we'll just send you a replacement. What's up, Ghost of RBJ? How's it going? Oh, well, looks like it's a boss fight. Run back and heal up real quick after. That looked like a Sephiroth clone that just got thrown in front of us. What's this dude's deal? Cool. Okay. Schizo. Oh, it has 2 hits. There's one is certain element and the other is other. But both of them are against Bahamut, non-elemental. Such a bitchin' boss music song. I appreciate it again every time I hear it. When you guys played Terra Battle on mobile? It's for both Android and iOS. It's Hironobu Sakaguchi, the Final Fantasy player. It's his new game. It's free to play. It has some microtransactions that are optional. Oh, check it out. It's pretty cool. It's a match 3 RPG. Best way I could describe it. So like, you have these characters in your party, and you have this field, like a grid with enemies on it, and the only way you do damage to your opponents is by flanking them, so you have to move your characters on your turn so that they're on opposite sides of creatures, then you do damage. There's all kinds of other rules, like if you arrange yourself in a certain pattern, you get combos, or you heal people, but you only heal people that are on the same row or column as you. It's got music from Nobuo Uematsu, and it's by Sakaguchi. It's a pretty good game. Pick it up on your phone. One thing I'll say is give it, I don't know, an hour of gameplay before you judge it. Like the first hour or so is very much teaching you the game, and then once you understand the basic gameplay, it starts to get pretty challenging and interesting. That's worth a look, if nothing else. I enjoyed it. I didn't beat it, but what I played of it I liked. Is that like an undying attack? Out. Shit. Do big guard. Get rid of haste stalls. A better version of haste. White Wind is awesome. It is very cheap to cast. It heals your entire party for the current hit point value of the caster. So as long as your caster's not at like 0 hit points, it heals your party very cheaply. It does end the battle with that. Right. Stardust. I was like, alright. This just happens. You fight these bio monsters sometimes. Final Fantasy enemy. They usually have a special ability called Blaster that sometimes paralyzes you, sometimes turns you to stone, sometimes just does a bunch of damage. It's usually an enemy skill, or blue magic ability as they call it in a lot of the other Final Fantasies. That Fury status that he applies. Hey Katie! Do you have any luck getting your stream to work? That sucks both ways, I'm sorry. Hey Murph! Murph! How's it going? Ah, very good. There's a blaster. Oh, it doesn't this game. Sometimes it's instant death. This one just does a lot of damage. Okay. Yeah, I wish that the best thing about the PC version of OBS is that there's a preview button, so you can check yourself without actually having to stream to see whether it's working. I guess you could hit the record button and record a video real quick to see if it's working, maybe 30 minutes or so before to test it out, but... Cool, everybody in chat, when I'm done streaming Final Fantasy VII in 40 minutes, if you would, Katie, who's in chat right now, I'll be hosting her right after. You want to hop in, give her some views at least. Graphics. Whoa! PS1 graphics. Just a live stream. It's repairing something. Oh, no worries, Angel Asakara. What are your options? So you're doing a master's in psychology no matter what, but you're deciding like what specialization to go for? Next time the wound won't be so small. Back to Sephiroth. Clord, wait for me. What do you want, Tifa? Okay, can't be helped. Boo. Alright, fine. Well, is neither a master of anything nor a psychologist. Of course, take my thoughts with a grain of salt. But the prevailing advice I've heard from other people who have pursued things like a PhD in most cases, or similar levels of learning, is you should look for people that you're compatible with before getting too obsessed with subject matter. It's more important that you're working with good people who will help you build your career and put you in a direction that you enjoy, than if you work on some really, really awesome research with somebody who just totally sucks. Katie's correct on that. Katie, you have personal experience with that, right? Isn't social work kind of saturated too? More so? And Asakar, are you going for like just a master's, or are you pursuing like a academia thing, like staying in academia and going for a PhD as well? I shouldn't call it just a master's. It's perfectly, like, the PhD is kind of a joke in a lot of fields. It's a big pyramid scheme. That's what we've got. AMA and 1I aren't in here. If they were, we'd have 3+ PhD students who could attest to the pyramid scheme problem. Just Leon. Yeah, I hear his point. Like, someone's gonna get hurt. I'm not saying that you're like a purveyor of the pyramid scheme, Leon, but that you're its victim. You're among its victims. Right. I feel like the PhD problem is that there are simply not enough jobs, even if every single person who wanted one and was pursuing one were equally qualified and maximally qualified. There's just going to be a dice roll because there's not enough jobs to fulfill the demand to work. Oh, no, I know, Leon. I resemble that remark. I didn't see that movie again. What the hell is the enemy in the back, by the way? Well, first thing goes without saying, don't make your decision based on what some people on Twitch tell you, any of us included. But, you know, it's good to get advice from multiple sources. Do you know who you'd be working with? Have you met, like, the faculty that you'd be working with in either situation? Looks like a Zippo lighter battery Taurus scroll or something. I resemble that remark. Of the people I've spoken to, Asukara, it sounds like a variable that you wouldn't consider early on, but my wife is a PhD astrophysicist. I know several other folks in that field. I know it's very different from psychology, but it's kind of the same general advice, is that find someone that you get along with. Find a group that, you know, you can work with happily. Almost prefer that to subject matter, because that will help you to network, get further in your field, you know, whatever you end up doing. You can try finding subject matter that you really love and just work with people that you absolutely hate, and then that will drive you to hate what you're working on. So if you can find out who you'd be working with, that's probably a good idea. With all the grains of salt of the world, of course. I think I'm happy with that. Yeah, figure out who your advisor would be in short. I have a friend who had an advisor, because like the whole PhD system is built on somebody takes you in as a grad student, and they don't have to pay for you for your first couple of years because you're paying for yourself by TAing and doing research work and stuff for them, for the university. But then after 2 years, your advisor has to pony up the cash to pay for you. And this person had a really shitty advisor who they worked with them for 2 years while they were free, and then as soon as the advisor had to pony up the cash to pay for them, they're like, sorry, I can't afford you. Kicked him out, and he had to start all over with somebody who lost 2 years in grad school just because he got a shitty hand to pick the bad advisor. I know, right? Not kidding either. Apparently that's not super uncommon in the physics world. And because the advisor's tenured, like, what are they going to do about it? Nothing. So he'd basically take on students just to get their, 2 years of free work out of them and then boot him. Oh, did that happen to Chris too? No, it was Ryan. Ryan H. He ended up being okay. I think that the advisor ended up moving to... He didn't have to start quite as much from scratch as he was worried he would, but it was still really shitty. I'd say that's less frugal and more like cheating. That's not how it's supposed to work, but yeah. No, I would research that sooner rather than later, Angel, and weigh that heavily. As someone who was not in academia, I have a high school diploma, and that's the end of it. I can say that like, the difference between a good boss and a bad boss is it's so huge. You can be completely miserable doing something that you love if your superior, your immediate superior, is a piece of shit. I'd rather do something I hate with someone that I like than do something that I love for someone that I hate. Damn, Leon. So that happens. That is not uncommon, is what we're saying. Wow. That's so fucked up. I think I've met Chris before. Only briefly. Andrea has talked about him before. It wasn't his fault at all, it sounds like. I hate that advice too, because it feels like in a perfect universe, like that shouldn't matter, right? You should just be able to do the thing that actually interests you the most, but I think it's too important. The only thing worse than not being able to do what you dream to do is to get into what you dream to do and then start to hate it. That's correct, Katie. I'll be hosting you at 6 o'clock. Still be nearby. You gotta do what you gotta do. Our purpose is to deliver the black materia to our master. Yeah, I imagine, Katie. Especially with some of the stuff out there, like No Child Left Behind. Like, of course, Sephiroth. thing that would get me if I went into teaching, that was my original plan. Like, we stepped back to 15-year-old Dylan was to get into teaching. The thing that would have bugged me was having to be a disciplinarian as well as an educator. Like, the dream would be to just work with a bunch of obedient kids. And if the kids are disobedient, then it'd not be my problem to put them in line. And that's just absolutely not the case in any school. That's your favorite part. I'm very bad at that. I'm a very chill personality. Actually, it's come up in Twitch a little bit. I've had people come in chat and just be inappropriate. Like, I'm pretty good if they're really obviously bad, you know. If they break some of the rules, like if they're sexist or homophobic, I just click ban and it's over, no big deal. But like, I had somebody in chat who was just rampantly spoiling this game I was playing. And I was just being so understanding and cool about it. And I was like, man, you gotta ban them. You set a rule, you said you can't do it, you can't just let them do whatever they want. Yeah, I can. It's just something I gotta learn how to do. It doesn't come naturally to me. Yeah. There's actually somebody else in chat who was like, oh my god, ban this guy. I'm like, oh, it's okay. Not really a blind playthrough. Sure, what's that? Bring upon us the light. Hold on one second. Grab a drink while Odin's doing his thing. Whenever we play Metal Gear Solid, I'll be able to go like make sandwiches and stuff during the cutscenes. They're infamous. See, timing. Be more stubborn? Spare the rod. Or rather, don't. Angel Asukara has the Mass Effect Renegade morality code. Be more stubborn? No, I like that that's a cohesive message. That makes sense too. I get what you mean too, like I know exactly what you're talking about. You wear people out before they wear you out. The thing I'm thinking about is beating Sephiroth. Probably a good idea. Why don't we give the black materia to the lion person? Here you go, Red 13. Tenacity. If I had to give a one-sentence phrase of advice to anybody, especially like a kid, it would be don't give a shit. I gave a shit for way too long. Alright. What's up, dude? Good. You do that. I guess I don't have to go back and save. There's a save point right there. Okay. Like when I was in school, I used to be a really pickable kid. Like kids would pick on me, and I'd be like, "No, stop it! Don't say that!" Like, dude, no, that's incorrect. Just laugh at them because they're ridiculous. Like, don't give a shit. You will be a much happier person if you learn to just not give a shit. That doesn't mean, like, don't care about anything or don't believe in anything. But don't give a shit. I was pretty horribly bullied. Like, violently bullied. One day I was reading a book on a bus, and this kid came up to me and was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm reading." It's like, "You call me a bitch?" And he punched me in the face, and my tooth went through my lower lip. So there's like blood streaming down my face, and the bus driver's like, "You should probably go to the hospital." It's cool, man. It's a funny story now. It's like, yes, that's what I said. I called you a bitch. Yeah, see, so I would know how to give advice to the kid getting bullied in that situation, though. Other than how to handle the bully. I know how to tell the kid getting bullied to just not give a shit, you know, but it doesn't always work when you're living it every day. Oh, so close. Yeah, I hear you. It sucks. Ooh, gross. I always get into a fight when I screw this up. Yeah, what is it? The Tragedy of the Commons? Everyone's there, or a bystander, yeah. Tragedy of the Commons is a different idea. It's where everyone would need, if everyone just worked together, it would work. But no one's going to start working together because it would need everyone to work together for it to work. Bystanders when everyone assumes someone else will do it. Katie, have you run into teachers who are like scared of the students? I imagine that's not uncommon. Getting real deep tonight with Final Fantasy VII as we head here into the reunion. Right. Oh, they're right, Leon. I must be thinking of something else. That like everyone assumes that someone else is going to clean it up, kind of a thing. No one actually feels responsible for it or ownership over it personally. Alright, we're gonna learn some super important shit about the plot here, so I'll be slowly scrolling the text. Is it? Shouldn't be. Look. Individuals acting independently and rationally according to each's self-interest behave contrary to the best interests of the whole group by depleting some common resource. So if they just work together... Okay, yeah, so commons in this sense has come to mean any resources like the atmosphere, oceans, rivers, or fish stocks. Like, we would all be more conscious to preserve the atmosphere if it wasn't a problem that required everyone to be more conscious to, you know, fix the atmosphere. But I guess that makes sense of the origin as well. Hey, it's our buddy. Remember this guy? This is so stupid. Why is Tifa backing up Clord over here? Took a while, huh? Dang it, Tifa. Okay, Katie, I'll host you and send people your way after this. See you later. Good luck. Why is Tifa supporting his fantasy? It's unhealthy. Is it just an illusion? Cloud's pretty diluted. She's gonna be doing art. She does a creative stream. She's an art teacher. At some point she's gonna be doing like avatars and banner art and that kind of thing for streamers and all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, Murph, that'd be pretty cool. I'd be down with some like what if stories. It's because you were there. Hojo would die if he knew. Alright, so we have context from Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. It says that this is kind of true. If you're just playing Final Fantasy VII and you don't have the context of Crisis Core, you're like, wait, so Cloud is like made from scratch as a Sephiroth clone? But no, it's more like they find his wounded body and try to turn him into a Sephiroth clone. Makes a little bit more sense. Did the same to Zack, but Zack is way buffer and radder than Cloud, so he didn't get all fucked up by it. You're not feeling well. Seems like that's not the best strategy, Clord. Are you having issues now too? Okay. I'm gonna wait for a sec, guys. Looks like there's some Twitch issues. Twitch shoes. Alright, I'm gonna hold for a sec. So can you guys still see it? Interesting. Okay. I'll watch for Twitter to pop up. Hopefully it doesn't hit Katie. She's like finally doing her first art stream. She's tried a few other times and then Twitch keeps going down when she goes to start it. So maybe it's her. Gotcha. Okay, I'll keep going then. Nope, no time for you. Clord? Yeah, I remember pointed this out when it happened earlier to pay attention when they took the picture of Cloud, Tifa, and Sephiroth. That doesn't look like Cloud. Soldier first class? your soldier. You didn't. You were grunt. Yep. We might actually be running a little over time because these cutscenes are pretty long. Pretty important in general. This truly is the promised land. You see some creatures inside the wall. Check that out. I learned about a weapon earlier. The giant monsters of the planet evolved to deal with JENOVA. Uh-oh. Should be suspicious, man, after all the bullshit that's happened so far. So they can shapeshift because they've got JENOVA cells. And where'd you come from? There we go. Probably shouldn't do this. I feel like everyone else should have gotten into a room and like, look, don't ever let Cloud have the black materia. Big crazy cutscene. Oh, very good. Thanks, T-Rock. Got it. Okay, so Jenova's body is dismembered. It eventually becomes one again. That's what's meant by Jenova's reunion. So I don't know. Matt and I have gone back and forth about this in chat a couple of times. I think this is pretty strong evidence that, again, it's not Sephiroth you're fighting. You're always fighting Jenova throughout this game. It's the Jenova reunion, not the Sephiroth reunion. They happen to be using Sephiroth bodies, but the clones like gather into one place and make one Super Jenova. See, Jenova itself began to move away from the Shinra building, not Sephiroth went in, broke in, and took Jenova out. Jenova's just taking the form of Sephiroth right now. It's a convenient form. Yeah, Mine for Fish, I don't know. It's tough. It did include something that's on Matt's side in Crisis Core, with talking about how Genesis is directly controlling his clones from the live stream. They don't go into a great amount of detail about it. And what they just said about it's all Sephiroth controlling his clones from the live stream, like, I don't know, it's 50-50. I think I like the fact that it's up for debate. This game doesn't just like whack you over the head with a book saying, this is what's happening. Big crazy cutscene's about to happen. I think this is Sephiroth's actual corpse that like floated up to this area. Joe's such a prick. Every single person is going to die. More graphics cutscene. There you go, bro. Cloud and Sephiroth, bros for life. Never get to fight that one, I don't think. Sapphire weapon. It's a diamond weapon. Graphics. Ultimate weapon. Emerald and Ruby. Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, diamond and ultimate weapon. No Omega weapon in this one. Ultimate weapon's actually in Final Fantasy 6 as well, but they didn't have enough characters to spell out his name, so it's spelled out Atma weapon. ATMA. Tifa. What's up, bro? So he like gets off the train, he's like, that's right, I'm Clord. So if you remember the end of Crisis Core, he like bloodily dragged that sword over to Midgard, got off the train, and he's like, what the hell? Oh right, Tifa, yeah. Five years. She really should have just spoken up and been like, dude, you're crazy. Although, other things you shouldn't know that you did, I guess that part's interesting. And the sound effect is the planet screaming. Yeah, it's not super important. This map reminds me of OSC8. I don't think she was being selfish. She wanted Cloud to leave. Don't worry, I have no idea. Been out for 7 days. So Sephiroth falls in the life stream and like floats toward where most of the life stream is, namely the northern crater. Which makes sense. If there's a crater, that means something crashed there, which means the life stream is gathering around there to try to heal the wound, which is like a millions of years kind of project. Weapons protecting Sephiroth? I don't know, but he's up here going around tearing shit up. What about Meteor? See for yourself. Good thing we got him that black materia. That's not so great. Hence the logo to Final Fantasy VII. Oh. Thanks for being real helpful there, Barret. No need for me now. Good question. You're gonna be executed for causing this situation. Thanks, Comcast. I'll feel better as long as someone is punished. Hey guys, we're going to be saving and switching over to Katie's channel here as soon as we get to a save point. I just don't remember when the next save point is. Okay. So maybe I could go spit at Heidegger or something. Ah! Save point. Perfect. Appreciate it, game. Alrighty, so I'm going to be hosting Katie Cage here shortly. If you guys would just hop over, even if you're headed out for the night, just toss her some views, bump her up in the ranks a little bit. Really appreciate it. She's a real-life friend, a childhood friend of my wife. She's doing a cool art channel, doing some live drawing in Photoshop. You can check that out. As far as plans for the rest of the week, tomorrow from 12 to 2 is Final Fantasy VII. It's an early time slot for FF7, but if you miss it, of course, as usual, the VOD will be going up on YouTube. You can catch up that way. From 2 to 6 tomorrow, we're going to be doing a rebroadcast of Dungeons & Dragons. That's probably the only time we're going to be doing a rebroadcast of D&D during like the stream prime time. I'm going to try to keep everything on stream completely live. I'm not picking up and leaving though. I'll be here and giving live commentary and Q&A as we have in the past. So if you haven't already seen it, that'll be a really good time to tune in. Going forward, the rebroadcast will usually be off hours, either after stream or before stream. The next D&D game is not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific. But same thing, if you miss it, no big deal. We're going to do rebroadcasts where I'll actually be able to interact with chat. As far as upcoming games, next week, Monday and Tuesday is going to be Chrono Cross and Final Fantasy Tactics. Wednesday is probably going to be Free Play Super Nintendo Day. We've done an NES Day, a Wii U Day. Why don't we do a Super Nintendo Day? That'll be cool. With Final Fantasy VII resuming next week, Thursday and Friday, and probably Metroid Prime as well. Now, like I said earlier, we're coming close on beating at least one of these games, probably Chrono Cross first. The sub out for that is going to be this game called Okami, which is a very, very pretty game for the PS2, where you play as like this wolf in this sort of Zelda-style game, and the whole thing is just beautiful, beautiful Japanese watercolor art. If you haven't seen Okami before, you should tune in for that. But anyway, have a good Thursday. We'll see you guys tomorrow for FF7 and D&D. And hop over to Katie's channel if you would. Thanks, guys. Good night.